I want to start the episode off by letting you know that the audio quality will be different this week.
Maybe better by some standards.
Maybe worse.
Yeah.
We are currently recording on the back porch of a friend's house looking over Lake Sam Rayburn.
It is an absolutely beautiful day.
But you might hear boats or lawnmowers or birds chirping or dogs barking. That's just all part of the experience today.
Yep.
By the way, I put a camera here on the porch next to us and recorded just the lake. And I'm going to use that as our YouTube video this week. Usually I just post a picture from the show arts, but this week I'll use that. So if you want to see the at least a little bit of the lake video, you can just go to our YouTube page, which will be linked at haydeans.com/highlights.
And don't worry, you don't have to look at us.
No. We're not in it at all. It's just the lake. It's the exact view that we have right now. Starting right into follow-up, our church wall has been at least partially repaired. We mentioned last week that one of our members accidentally drove her car into the gift shop.
Bookstore?
Bookstore gift shop, yeah. And it's not fixed yet by any means, but they did get a solid sealed wall up. I actually was there whenever the insurance adjusters came. They were, frankly, surprised at how little damage there was, which is what everyone else said.
Yeah. I'm glad that they got a sealed wall up because it has been raining like crazy all weekend. So I'm sure that they need to have some sort of seal.
Anyway, so that seems like it's going fine. We went to go visit a local charity in town. My good friend Trey and my other friend Mark both volunteer there. It's a nonprofit after-school program for kids in the Nacogdoches area. I'm not sure if it's a broader chain. It's called Solid Foundation.
I don't believe it is, but it could be.
But they help generally lower-income kids with their homework and their math and their science and their reading and things like that, as well as sharing Bible study and things like that, and feeding them a meal. It's a really neat program.
It is. They also teach kind of basic life skills. They offer mentorship opportunities, which are often lacking in those kind of lower income communities. So it's a really good program, like you said.
Yeah. I guess if you want to donate, that's what the event was for. I'll put a link in the show notes. After a long and stressful week, we packed up and headed to the lake. Shelby has a dog/house sitting gig this weekend.
And it is out in Etoile, which is about 45 minutes away from where we live.
Yeah. So this is at a nearby lake, Lake Sam Rayburn, which is a really big, gorgeous lake. I believe one of the better bass lakes in the world, probably.
I think so.
East Texas is full of great bass lakes.
Now that we are down to one car, the logistics of being at someone's home for a weekend, especially when it's kind of out of the way, is much more difficult. So we were trying to figure out how we were going to make sure that everyone had the car when they needed to, while also limiting the mileage and gas that is involved in something that is supposed to be profitable for me. In figuring that out, we decided that we would just have a little vacation out on the lake.
Yeah, so we canceled our few weekend plans. I got off early. I got off about 2 o'clock on Friday. Thank you, my boss Mark, for giving me the extra time off. And we went ahead and skipped Philip's Saturday soccer game, and we told everyone we wouldn't be there at church on Sunday. We packed up our podcast gear because we record every Sunday.
As of late.
Yeah, as of a couple weeks ago. So we just canceled all the plans and came here. This was kind of like at least in my mind, it was a half work or partial work, partial just relaxing, a little weekend getaway. Basically, no work has happened.
Well,
not none, but
work has happened for you.
I've had some work. I edited some photos. I got my photos ready to submit for the gallery show that our photography club is putting on. The deadline is in a week, so I really need to pick my photos and get them edited and send them in. So I've done some stuff this weekend, but mostly we've been eating, watching Frasier, and playing Stardew Valley.
I have worked quite a bit. You keep saying there's been no work.
Okay.
I have been working a lot since we've been here.
I've had my feet up, and I've had Shelby waiting on me hand and foot.
I would estimate that I've probably taught maybe 10 hours of classes this weekend, at least, maybe more. And then I've spent a lot of time taking care of the dogs. They have to be walked separately for reasons that don't matter, but it just means that everything takes twice as long.
Yeah. I've just been doing nothing. I have no responsibilities. I did cook on Friday night, so that's something.
Which was delicious.
Yeah. It was just a simple pasta and sauce.
But it was very good sauce and very well-cooked pasta.
Yes, perfectly cooked pasta.
And the bread was good. We had a rosemary loaf, just with some butter and garlic, toasted. And it was just really delicious.
It was. But the weekend wasn't full of fancy food. We also just had Kraft mac and cheese and cereal, too.
I made us stir fry last night that was gross. I did not finish mine. Nate finished his, but he had less than I did.
Yeah.
I did not finish mine. I kept trying to eat it, and I almost liked it, but it was really bad. Now, I will say I was dealing with a lot of interference in the sauce area of my making.
Who was bothering you?
Who
Was it one of the dogs?
Who else is the only person in the house? Who could it be?
Who said it was a person? Maybe the dogs were bothering you.
I'm saying right now it was a person.
Oh.
I was having some human interference.
Obnoxious neighbors.
Nate kept messing with the sauce, and I kept being like, are you sure you want to do that? I'd be like, yeah, obviously.
Well, the sauce wasn't the problem, or at least all of the problem.
For me, the sauce was most of the problem.
Most of Shelby's clients tell her to eat their food if she wants. And there was 2 big bags of leftover rice. And I thought, well, perfect. We're having stir fry. There's 2 big bags. We'll just use one of their bags, or half of one of their bags of rice. But these are healthier folk than Shelby and I are.
They shop almost exclusively at Trader Joe's.
Yeah. And the rice they had was like the real, like, brown rice, like unshelled, like it still had the bran in it. Very healthy, very full of fiber and protein, but not very good to eat.
I've had a lot of rice in my day. It was probably the worst rice I've had. It had a weird flavor and a very weird texture.
Yeah.
It was like half of it was overcooked rice mush and the other half was completely uncooked raw rice.
Crunchy.
And normally I'm a fan of texture variation. Not in this. And the sauce was gross.
I feel like we keep complaining. This has been a great weekend.
It has been a really good weekend.
I just want to really emphasize what a good weekend this has been. Even for Shelby, who has been working much more than I have.
But I've also been spending my weekend with 3 dogs, and that's basically paradise. And one of them is my dog. It doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah. I try to avoid the dogs.
Nate gets mad anytime a dog looks at him or looks like it's going to come near
No,
him or
no.
is near him. Or
I just don't want them touching me in any way.
Nate is
that too much to
annoyed at
ask?
their existence. Yes, it is too much to ask. Literally, the only reason we are out here is for the dogs.
Yeah. Yeah. So, to reiterate, it's been a great weekend.
The weather has been really nice. Whenever we got here on Friday, it had been pretty rainy and sprinkly all day. And Friday night, it stormed. Oh, it stormed.
I loved it.
The rain was crazy. The thunder, crazy. Lightning, crazy. It was really beautiful, wonderful to sleep to. And it was still raining quite a bit through the day yesterday, on Saturday. But then the latter part and today, it has been sunny and the sky is blue. It's not hot. There's a little breeze coming off the lake while we're sitting out here on the porch. It's lovely. Every time I come out here, I think, man, this is the life that I'm supposed to live. Being in a lake house, being here all the time, basically no responsibilities. I need to just go ahead and retire and buy my retirement house on the lake. Oh, also, friend of the show, Michaela, graduated this weekend from Indiana University with her master's in French horn performance, and I'm so proud of her. We were originally hoping to be up there for her graduation, and we didn't make it. But I'm so excited for her and proud of her. So shout out to Michaela.
Alrighty. Let's close it out. See you next time.